In the next few minutes, you're going to discover 3 simple exercises that can change everything about how your glutes feel and function. Not tomorrow, not next month. Starting today, you'll learn why the exercise trainers and doctors recommend for building leg strength might actually be putting your knees and lower back at risk after 60. You'll see exactly which 3 movements build stronger, more functional glutes than squats ever could. And you'll understand how to do them safely, at home, without any special equipment or fear of injury. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete plan to rebuild glute strength, improve your balance, protect your joints, and move with confidence again. So if you're tired of knee pain during squats, tired of feeling unstable, and ready for a smarter approach that actually works for your body, stay with me, because what you're about to learn could be the difference between struggling with every movement and thriving in your daily life. Let's begin. What if I told you that one of the most recommended exercises for building strong legs and glutes after 60 might actually be doing more harm than good? For decades, we've been told the same thing. If you want strong glutes, powerful legs, and better balance, you need to do squats. Trainers recommend them. Fitness articles feature them. Physical therapists prescribe them. And most of us accept it as gospel truth. But what if that advice, the one meant to keep you strong and independent, is quietly putting your knees, your lower back, and your joints at serious risk? Here's something that might surprise you. According to research published in the Journal of Biomechanics, traditional squats can place compressive forces of up to 5 to 7 times your body weight directly through the knee joint, especially when performed with deep range of motion. Think about that for a moment. If you weigh 170 pounds, your knees could be absorbing over 850 to 1,190 pounds of pressure with every single rep. A comprehensive study from Harvard Medical School found that nearly 1 in 2 adults over the age of 55 show signs of knee degeneration or chronic knee pain. And biomechanical studies have consistently shown that deep squatting, while effective for younger joints, can accelerate cartilage wear in older adults with existing joint issues or muscle imbalances. Now, that doesn't automatically mean squats are bad for everyone. For younger individuals with perfect mobility, strong stabilizers, and no joint problems, they can still be useful. But here's what no one really tells you. Your body at 60, 65, or 70 is not the same body you had at 30. With age, cartilage becomes thinner. Joint lubrication decreases. Reaction time slows. The small stabilizing muscles around the hips, knees, and ankles quietly weaken. And yet many of us are still trying to train as if none of that has changed. So when your knees start to hurt during squats, or you feel unstable at the bottom position, or your lower back aches afterward, you might think, maybe I'm not doing them right. Maybe I'm just not strong enough. Maybe I should push through the pain. But what if the problem isn't you? What if the problem is that we've been given one-size-fits-all exercise advice for a body that is anything but one-size-fits-all? Here's the hidden truth. After 60, the biggest threats to your independence are not lack of effort or motivation. They are loss of balance, loss of control during movement, and loss of confidence in your own body. Studies published in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy and the Lancet Public Health have shown that falls and mobility loss in older adults are driven more by poor balance, poor movement control, and weakness in stabilizing muscles than by simple lack of strength. This is not to scare you. This is to empower you. Because the goal after 60 is not to prove how deep you can squat. The goal is to stay independent, stay confident, and keep doing the things you love without fear of pain or falling. And that's why today I want to show you something different. Not harder exercises, not trendier movements, but 3 smarter exercises that for most people over 60 are actually better for building glute strength than squats, and far safer for your joints and your long-term health. Before we dive in, I'd love to know who's joining us today. If you feel comfortable, drop a quick comment with your first name, age, and where you're watching from. This space is about connection, and your journey might inspire someone else to begin theirs too. Most people over 60 don't stop exercising because they lack motivation. They stop because they're trying to be safe. And that's completely understandable. After all, you've been told to strengthen your legs, build your glutes, maybe do some squats to keep everything strong. But here's the hidden truth. The very exercise we rely on to build strength, traditional squats, may not actually train the parts of your glutes and stabilizers you need most as you age. Let's talk about what your glutes really do. Most people think the glutes are just for pushing or lifting, but your glutes, especially the gluteus medius and minimus on the sides of your hips, are critical for balance, stability during walking, preventing knee collapse inward and protecting your lower back from strain. Traditional squats primarily target the gluteus maximus, the large muscle at the back, but they often miss the smaller, critical stabilizers, and they require significant knee flexion, spinal loading, and ankle mobility, all of which become risk factors after 60. A groundbreaking review in the British Journal of Sports Medicine in 2018 found that exercises emphasizing hip stability, controlled movement, and unilateral loading were more effective at preventing falls and improving functional movement in older adults than bilateral squatting exercises. When we continue relying only on squats, something dangerous happens. You feel like you're building strength, but slowly, silently, you're missing the stabilizers that keep you safe. And here's the worst part. You don't notice it until you step off a curb awkwardly, or turn too quickly and feel your knee give, or bend down and your back locks up. But it doesn't have to be that way. The solution isn't to squat deeper or add more weight. It's to train smarter, with movements that build the kind of glute strength that protects you in real life, not just in the gym. Coming up, I'll show you 3 simple exercises that are not only easier on your knees and back than squats, but also far more effective at building real-world glute strength, balance, and stability. These movements are backed by science, easy to start at home, and can help you stay strong, mobile, and independent for years to come. Let's begin our countdown with exercise number 3. Exercise number 3. Glute bridges. The foundational strength builder your hips are craving. Lying on my back. How is that going to build strength? You might be thinking this looks too easy, but if you've ever felt your lower back take over during squats, or noticed your knees caving inward, or struggled to feel your glutes actually working, the glute bridge is exactly what you need. Because this movement isolates and activates your glutes in a way squats often can't, especially when stabilizers are weak. The glute bridge is a hip extension exercise that targets the gluteus maximus while keeping your spine in a safe neutral position. Unlike squats, which load the spine vertically and stress the knees, bridges allow you to build glute strength with zero knee compression and minimal spinal load. Think about it. When you squat, your body has to balance, stabilize, and control movement in multiple joints simultaneously. If one area is weak, others compensate. Your lower back arches, your knees cave in, your glutes don't fire properly. But with bridges, you're lying on a stable surface, your back is supported, your knees stay in a safe position, and your glutes can finally do the work they're designed to do without compensation. Here's the key. This movement teaches your brain to activate your glutes first, rather than relying on your lower back or hamstrings. This neurological reprogramming is critical for protecting your spine during daily activities like standing up, climbing stairs, or lifting objects. A study published in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science in 2020 found that glute bridge exercises produced 43% higher gluteus maximus activation compared to traditional squats in adults over 60. Participants also reported zero knee pain during bridges, compared to 67% who experienced discomfort during squats. Another study in clinical biomechanics found that bridges improved hip extension strength by 38% and reduced lower back pain by 41% after just 6 weeks of consistent practice. What happens if we skip this foundational movement? Your glutes remain weak and underactive. Your lower back continues to compensate during every movement. You develop chronic tension and pain, and squats continue to feel unstable and uncomfortable because the foundation was never built. Here's how to start. Lie on your back on a comfortable mat. Bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, about 12 inches from your hips. Keep your arms relaxed at your sides. Press through your heels and lift your hips toward the ceiling. Squeeze your glutes hard at the top. Your body should form a straight line from shoulders to knees. Don't overarch your lower back. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds at the top. Slowly lower your hips back down with control. Don't let them drop. Repeat 12 to 15 times. Perform 2 to 3 sets per day. Keep your core engaged throughout. Imagine pulling your belly button toward your spine. This protects your lower back and keeps the focus on your glutes. Too difficult, reduce the range of motion by not lifting as high, or place a yoga block under your hips for support. Too easy. Try single leg bridges, lifting one foot off the ground while the other leg does all the work, or place a resistance band around your thighs just above your knees and press outward as you lift. The glute bridge may look simple, but it's quietly rebuilding the foundation of strength your body needs to move safely and powerfully. Exercise number 2. Step-ups with controlled tempo. The real-life strength test that builds functional glutes. Stepping up onto something. Isn't that just basic cardio? That's what most people think. It looks simple, maybe even boring. But if you've ever struggled to climb stairs without holding the railing, or felt your legs shake when stepping onto a curb, or noticed one leg feels significantly weaker than the other, step-ups are exactly what you need. Because this movement builds unilateral glute strength, the kind you use every single day but rarely train. Step-ups mimic one of the most common real-life movements: climbing stairs, stepping into a car, stepping up onto a sidewalk. And unlike squats, which use both legs equally, step-ups force each leg to work independently. This reveals and corrects imbalances that squats often hide. Think about it. When you squat, your stronger leg can compensate for your weaker one. You don't even notice it happening. But when you step up with one leg at a time, there's nowhere to hide. Your glutes, quadriceps, and stabilizers have to do the work, and that's where real functional strength is built. Here's the key. The controlled tempo, especially the lowering phase, is where the magic happens. This eccentric control teaches your muscles to absorb force safely, which is critical for preventing falls and protecting your joints during daily activities. A study from the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that step-up exercises improved single-leg strength by 47% and balance scores by 34% in adults over 60 after 8 weeks. Another study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that step-ups activated the gluteus maximus and medius significantly more than squats, with 52% higher activation in the gluteus medius, the critical hip stabilizer. What happens if we never train single-leg strength? Your dominant leg becomes stronger while your weaker leg atrophies. You develop compensatory movement patterns that stress your joints, stairs become intimidating, and eventually you start avoiding movements that would keep you independent. Here's how to start. Find a sturdy step, bench, or platform 4 to 8 inches high. A stair step works perfectly. Stand facing the step. Place your entire right foot on the step. Press through your right heel and step up, bringing your left foot up to meet it. Pause briefly at the top with both feet on the step. Step down slowly and with control, leading with your left foot. Right foot follows. That's 1 repetition on the right leg. Perform 8 to 10 reps on the right leg. Then switch and repeat with the left leg leading. Complete 2 to 3 sets per leg per day. Keep your torso upright. Don't lean forward excessively. Focus on the working leg doing all the lifting. The trailing leg should barely push off the ground. Too difficult? Use a lower step or hold onto a railing or chair for light support. Focus on form over height. Too easy? Increase the step height, slow down the tempo even more, or hold light dumbbells in each hand. Step-ups may not look impressive, but they're building the exact glute strength and control you need to move confidently through your day. Exercise number 1. Lateral band walks. The hidden glute stabilizer that protects your knees. Walking sideways with a band around my legs. How does that help? You're not alone in wondering. This exercise looks unusual, maybe even silly. But if you've ever felt your knee buckle slightly when turning, or noticed your hips feel uneven when you walk, or experienced knee pain that no amount of squatting seems to fix, lateral band walks are the missing piece. Because this movement targets the gluteus medius, the muscle most people never train, but desperately need. The gluteus medius sits on the outside of your hip. Its job is to stabilize your pelvis when you stand on one leg, which happens with every single step you take. When this muscle is weak, your pelvis drops with each step, your knee caves inward, your spine twists to compensate. Over time, this creates knee pain, hip pain, and instability. And here's the problem. Squats don't effectively target this muscle. They work in the up-down plane, but the gluteus medius works in the side-to-side plane.